So you've got about 100 quid to upgrade your tone at home, whether that be home recording or just practicing and jamming at home, and maybe live gigging isn't so important to you in this instance. Where do you spend your money these days? Of course, the temptation of a new fuzz pedal is always going to be there. But when it comes to all-in-one solutions, probably the best place to look for home tone it's going to be plugins. Plugins have come a long way, and there are some really big players in that market. I've been a big advocate for RK Multimedia and their Amplitude. There's also, of course, Neural DSP, which is what we're going to be looking at today. There's one plugin by them recently that has caught my eye, and that is the Morgan Amp Suite. So I want to try it out today live on camera with you guys. First impressions. I haven't plugged into this thing at all yet, but I really want to see how I get on with the Morgan Amp Suite from Neural DSP and see if I can use it in my day-to-day guitar playing. A collection of boutique, expensive amps that I would probably never get the chance to own or play in real life, especially being here in the UK. Plus there's a free trial, so I've downloaded the free trial. We're going to get into it. I want to try some of the factory presets, some of the artist presets. Let's see if we can make our own preset as well that maybe I would use with some pedals. This video is not sponsored at all, by the way. I've never had communication with Neural, but if you're watching, hit me up. Okay, so we're all set up in Logic. This is just the default preset. It looks like it's the AC20, which is going to be their AC30 type of thing. Ooh, you can change the Tolex. I mean, that's cool. Really nice for a default preset. It feels ampy, but I think the thing that is interesting to me is that I'm not used to stereo effects. So you're hearing, hopefully you're hearing it in stereo, and we've got a bit of a ping pong delay going on here, which isn't my normal setup. So immediately this feels different to my real amp setup because of that. Maybe let's turn the delay off and they might feel a bit more what I'm used to. It's definitely chimey, it's definitely got that AC30 type of thing, although this is AC20. And weirdly enough, you can tell that this is based off a low wattage amp. It feels small and boxy, even though it's a plug-in, which is really interesting and maybe not, maybe, you know, for a plug-in, in the past, I've always gone for like the unobtainable big stacks, Marshall 100-watt heads and dumbbells and things like that. So I've not really tried a plug-in of a small amp before, and that's a really interesting thing. And I actually think they've nailed it. You can feel the compression. Is there any compressor on here? No, there's no compressor, but you can feel the amp compressing, which is really interesting. Let's move on from the default preset, and as we get on, we'll start to explore more of the different types of amps and tones in here. So this is the SW50. This is going to be, I think this is their Dumbly type of thing. Stoner rock tone, so a bit of gain. Again, really interesting. You saw me sort of flicking through the different pages there because I was trying to tell what was on this preset, because it gives the sensation that you're playing a produced guitar tone, like it's already been recorded on an album and you're just playing that tone. So I was surprised to see that there is no post EQ on this, only just a little bit of reverb, no compression or anything like that, but it feels produced, which is really interesting. Really interesting. Let's try a few more of these Neural DSP presets. Here we go, cleanish ambient solo. Wild ambience that's sort of, with the headphones at least, moving around as you let it decay. I guess that's the beauty of stereo. And also, you know, high-powered DSP digital shit that's going on in here. So, amazing. Nice clean sounds. Drop tune doom. Oh, so there's a transpose thing. Oh. So it's down-tuned the guitar for me. That's interesting. There's also a doubler on there, that's interesting. Oh! I mean, that's incredibly useful and really cool. Yes, you can tell it's transposed down, but I think with the doubler on there, it sort of hides that and there's enough sound and an effect even in itself, which is cool. This rings a bell. Oh, there's something interesting going on there. Can you hear that? I think it's just because there's a lot of low end in this tone, but there was something in the breakup there that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I think maybe there's just a little too much bass in this preset. Let's turn that down. Hold on. The amp reverb on this Princeton thing is awesome. Let's just... That sounds killer. Oh, and the amp, when you crank it, it distorts as well, like it would. They've nailed that spring reverb sound on that. That sounds really cool. I like that a lot. Again, with this Princeton model, you can tell that it's modeling a small wattage amp. The factory presets are okay. I think they're just there to point you in the right direction, which is what they're there to do, and they've served a good purpose. Let's have a look at some of these artist presets. There's a few names on here that I recognise. Let's have a look at Mark Johnston's. Oh, very bright. Again, there's something on the breakup there that I would personally try and tweak out of this sound. Something crispy that I would personally try and get out of this sound. I think I remember this when I tried all the artist presets of the Corey Wong plugin, is that obviously everyone using slightly different setups, using different speakers, hearing different things. What else have we got? Rabea's stuff. all-out amp destruction. Okay, everything is just maxed out. Okay, so the gate starts to kick in there, but that's an otherworldly tone. Rabea knows tone. Rabea knows how to make a fun tone. Let's try this one, more of an ambient thing. I mean, yeah, it can do that. The detail and the ambience on these neural DSP plugins is always crazy, crazy good. Like that amp reverb on the Princeton and the PR12 was sick. These two pedals that they've put in here, the multi-delay and the reverb, can cover a lot of ground. They know ambience. Let's try one more factory preset and then we'll think about making our own. I wonder how low down it can go. Really interesting. I wonder if you can sort of link that up to MIDI or something and do a performance just with transposing. Okay, there's a few presets in there that I like. Not one that I was like immediately like, yes, that is a great tone. So let's see if we can get there by ourselves. I think I'm going to try the PR12 because I think there's potential with this amp, especially with that reverb, but there was always a little bit of gain or something that I wasn't liking, a little something in the breakup that I didn't really dig. Should we change the Tolex just for a bit of laughs? Let's go tweed. I'm going to turn off all other effects for now. With the humbucker in the bridge, it's just starting to sparkle up and crisp up nicely, but it's crystal clear on the single coils, which I think is how this amp would be in real life. Let's just crank the volume a little bit. I think we're going to get a bit more gain. Want a bit more sparkle, a bit more treble. Okay, so when we kind of got the tone that we wanted, but maybe that crispiness that I was talking about earlier came back a little bit. Maybe the key would be to have the treble low, but maybe EQ and a bit more treble. I'll be honest with you, this sort of EQ scares me a little bit. I like treble, middle and bass at a push. Just a guess with the EQ. If it sounds good, it is good. And to me, that sounds good. So it's just compressing a little bit on the single coils, which is nice. Feels good in the fingers. And then with the bridge humbucker, sort of biting in a little bit. Let's crank the reverb a little bit just to experience that. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a better slow dancing in the burning room tone than the actual preset. Let's have a look at these overdrive pedals. I'm assuming from the knobs that one is a tube screamer and one is a Timmy. I don't know. I mean, it sounds great. I could play that all day. It's tube screamery, bit boxy sounding maybe, but that's cool. I like that overdrive pedal. I think I prefer OD2. It's fuller, it's thicker, but it's kind of still got the clarity, which is great. Let's turn off the ping pong as well. I just want like a little slap. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe a bit more high-end roll-off on that. Tape drive, what's that? Yeah. We are in the zone for me. A bit of slap back. Yes. This is really good. I think this is really cool. I'm happy with where we're at. We got microphone choices. What I haven't seen is different cabinet options. Maybe that's not on this plugin. I know with the Corey Wong plugin, you had different options of cabinets. Doesn't look like you can change it on this one, which is fine. This one sounds good. It's like a nice 112. The plugin's really nice. I think the factory presets are a bit meh. They're just sort of showing you the extremes of the tones. And I think that's maybe the whole point of them anyway. The artist presets are a bit more exciting. Am I going to use this moving forward? Well, first I'll have to buy it because this is just the free trial right now. But I could definitely see myself using this for trying out a new guitar, trying out a new pedal, maybe just making a video on social media, just a quick, plug and play if my amp's not ready to go. Could definitely see myself using that. Practice, 100%. The standalone app, I think I would use all the time. Maybe I do have to spend the money on this plugin. Maybe I do have to buy it, spend some time with it, or try the Tone King one as well, because this is only the second neural DSP plugin I've tried. I prefer it to the Corey Wong one, I think, because you can still get Corey tones out of this plugin as well. It's just a great collection of boutique, expensive amps that maybe you wouldn't get the chance to own otherwise. Maybe it's the best thing you could buy right now for 100 quid. Maybe it is.